Smoking causes cancer. Smoking kills. Liquor drinking is injurious to health.
Hey there, MN Media fan. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the movies that make us laugh, cry, and sometimes question all our life choices, especially when it comes to love, family, and surprise baby announcements. If you've been scrolling TikTok or Instagram Reels lately, you've probably seen clips from the emotional roller coaster that is I Had a Baby Without You, the 2025 romantic drama that's got everyone talking. And no, before you ask, we're not showing the full movie here. But don't worry. We'll tell you exactly how you can watch I Had a Baby Without You legally and safely later in this video. Now, real quick, if you love your father, hit that subscribe button. If you love your mother, drop a comment right now that says, I love you mom. Go ahead, I'll wait. Because honestly, this movie hits different if you've ever had a complicated relationship with your parents, or if you've ever kept a secret so big, it could rewrite someone else's entire life. Alright, let's get into it. Today on MN Media, we're unpacking everything about I Had a Baby Without You, the plot twists, the tear-jerking moments, the standout performances, and yes, even the behind-the-scenes tea. Whether you're here for the drama, the romance, or just trying to figure out if this movie is worth your precious streaming time, you're in the right place. First off, what even is I Had a Baby Without You? Released in February 2025 by Lionsgate and distributed under their indie drama imprint, this film blends heartfelt storytelling with modern-day complexities around unplanned parenthood, co-parenting, and second chances. Written by rising screenwriter Lena Moretti, known for her work on The Quiet Kind, and directed by Emmy-nominated filmmaker Jordan Reyes, the movie stars Athena Russell in what critics are calling her career-defining role. Let's talk cast, because wow, this ensemble is stacked. Leading the charge is Athena Russell as Clara Bennett, a fiercely independent graphic designer living in Portland who finds herself pregnant after a one-night stand during a friend's wedding weekend. Russell, best known for her breakout role in the 2022 indie hit Paper Wings, delivers a performance that's raw, nuanced, and achingly human. She doesn't play Clara as a victim or a hero, just a woman trying to navigate an impossible situation with grace and grit. Opposite her is Seth Edin as Daniel Reyes, yes, same last name as the director, but no relation, we checked. Edin, who gained fame as the brooding lead in the Netflix series Midnight Harbor, plays Daniel as charming but emotionally guarded. When he learns about the baby 5 years later, thanks to a chance encounter at a school fundraiser, his world flips upside down. Edin brings layers to Daniel. He's not just the absent dad trope, he's confused, hurt, hopeful, and terrified all at once. Then there's Kaylin Upton as Maya Bennett, Clara's whip-smart, sassy 6-year-old daughter. Upton, making her feature film debut at just 8 years old, steals every scene she's in. Critics have compared her natural screen presence to young Quvenzhaine Wallis, and honestly, the comparison is earned. Her chemistry with both Russell and Edin feels authentic. You believe they're a fractured family trying to find their way back to each other. Rounding out the main cast is veteran actress Viola Grant as Evelyn, Clara's no-nonsense but deeply loving mother. Grant, a Tony Award winner making a rare film appearance, adds warmth and wisdom to the story. There's also Marcus Lynn as Leo, Clara's supportive best friend and roommate, who provides much-needed comic relief without undermining the film's emotional weight. Now, let's break down the plot, scene by scene, without spoiling the major twists, though fair warning, mild spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it yet. The film opens with a soft focus montage, rain tapping on windows, coffee brewing, a child's laughter echoing down a hallway. We meet Clara in her cozy Portland apartment, juggling freelance design work while helping Maya with her kindergarten homework. It's clear they have a tight-knit, loving bond, but also that Clara carries a quiet sadness beneath her smile. Flashback to 5 years earlier, a sun-drenched vineyard wedding in Napa Valley. Clara, dressed in blush pink bridesmaid attire, shares a flirtatious conversation with Daniel, the groom's college roommate. They bond over their mutual dislike of the groom's pretentious toast and end up dancing under string lights. One impulsive kiss leads to a night together, and then silence. Daniel leaves the next morning without saying goodbye. Clara never hears from him again. Cut back to present day. Clara receives a call from Maya's school. There's been an incident. A substitute teacher recognized Daniel at the annual Spring Fling fundraiser, because he's now a successful architecture firm partner in Seattle and was invited as a donor. Worse? He saw Maya. And he knew instantly. Those eyes. That smile. He puts two and two together. What follows is a tense, beautifully shot confrontation outside the school gates. Daniel approaches Clara, voice trembling. Is she mine? Clara's response, delivered with perfect restraint by Russell, is simply, she's mine. But the look in her eyes says everything: fear, anger, grief, and a flicker of hope. From here, the film unfolds in 3 acts. Act 1 explores Daniel's attempts to insert himself into Maya's life, showing up unannounced with toys, offering financial support, asking for visitation. Clara resists, fearing instability for her daughter. But Maya, curious and open-hearted, starts asking questions. Who's that man who keeps looking at me like I'm magic? Act 2 kicks in when Daniel files for paternity rights, a move that shocks Clara and divides public opinion within the film's universe, and, frankly, among real-life viewers too. Courtroom scenes are minimal but impactful, focusing less on legal jargon and more on emotional testimony. In one gut-wrenching moment, Clara explains why she never told him, "You disappeared. And by the time I knew I was pregnant, I'd already decided I could do this alone. I didn't want half a father. I wanted none, or all." Meanwhile, Maya begins bonding with Daniel during supervised visits. They build Lego sets, go to the aquarium, share ice cream. Upton's performance shines here. Watch how she tilts her head when listening, how she mimics Daniel's gestures without realizing it. These small details scream family, even when words fail. The turning point comes during a camping trip gone wrong. Daniel takes Maya on a weekend hike, with Clara's reluctant permission, but a sudden storm strands them overnight. Forced to rely on each other, they share stories. Maya talks about her imaginary friend, Starlight. Daniel confesses he's always felt like he wasn't enough for anyone. When Clara arrives the next morning, frantic with worry, she finds them asleep under a tarp, Maya curled into Daniel's side like it's the most natural thing in the world. Act 3 is where the film earns its tears. Instead of a tidy courtroom victory or a dramatic breakup, the resolution is quiet and mature. Clara and Daniel agree to co-parent, not as lovers, not as enemies, but as 2 people committed to loving the same child. The final scene shows them sitting side by side at Maya's first piano recital, hands almost touching on the bench. No grand declarations. Just presence. Just love in its messiest, most honest form. Now, let's talk numbers, because I Had a Baby Without You wasn't just a critical darling, it was a box office sleeper hit. Made on a modest $12 million budget, the film grossed over $87 million worldwide by March 2026. Domestically, it opened at number 3 behind a superhero sequel and an animated comedy but held strong thanks to word of mouth and strong female audience turnout. 72% of ticket buyers were women aged 25 to 54. Audience reactions? Overwhelmingly positive. On Rotten Tomatoes, it holds a 92% critic score and an 89% audience rating. Common praise includes refreshingly realistic portrayal of single motherhood, Seth Edin finally gets the role he deserves, and that little girl should win an Oscar. Even parenting forums lit up with discussions. Would you tell the father? Is co-parenting possible after years of silence? The film sparked real conversations, and that's the mark of great storytelling. Behind the scenes, director Jordan Reyes insisted on authenticity. The Portland locations were real. Clara's apartment is actually above a bookstore in the Alberta Arts District. The school scenes were shot at a functioning elementary school, with real teachers and students as background extras. And that camping sequence? Shot in Oregon's Mount Hood National Forest during actual rain. No CGI puddles here. One fun fact, Athena Russell spent 3 months shadowing a single mom in Portland to prepare for the role. She even learned basic graphic design software so her on-screen work looked legit. Meanwhile, Sethi Dean took parenting classes and spent weekends volunteering at a children's center to understand how to interact naturally with kids on camera. As for awards buzz, while it missed the Oscars shortlist, likely due to its February release date, it's nominated for 3 Independent Spirit Awards: Best Lead Performance, Russell, Best Supporting Performance, Upton, and Best Screenplay. Many insiders predict Upton will win. She's that good. So, where can you watch I Had a Baby Without You legally? Great question. As of March 2026, the film is available to rent or buy on Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, Google Play, and Vudu. It's also streaming exclusively on Hulu in the US and on Disney Plus Star internationally. Please avoid pirated sites. They hurt the creators who poured their hearts into this project. Support ethical viewing. Before we wrap up, let's circle back to that intro promise. If you love your father, subscribe to MN Media. We've got more heartfelt movie breakdowns coming your way. And if you love your mother, comment "I love you mom" below. Seriously, do it. She might never see it, but saying it out loud, even in a YouTube comment, matters. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a review. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, check out our videos on The Last Letter Home, 2025, Explained, or Why Echoes of Us is the best romance film you missed. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, for caring, and for choosing to experience stories with empathy. Because at the end of the day, movies like I Had a Baby Without You remind us that families aren't defined by biology alone, but by who shows up, who stays, and who loves without conditions. Until next time, this is MN Media, keeping it real, one frame at a time.